are today.
Let's talk about your party. Are you winning this election?
Giving assurance. All
There was a latest poll.
A report that says that majority of the respondents are MPP affiliates, majority of them. The report that says that the country is on wrong direction, and then the conclusion is NDC candidate is ahead of MPP's candidate. It's questionable.
So you doubt the credibility of this poll.
You just need to.
But this is not the first time Musa Danko and his people have done such polls.
You just need to look at the report. It says majority of the respondents are MPP affiliates. Majority of them says that the country is on wrong direction, and then the conclusion is MPP's candidate is not going to win. You need to raise questions.
So you are rubbishing it?
You need to raise questions.
No, I'm asking the questions.
I mean, report. I mean, unless you don't want to be objective, you tell me that I'm going to cast my vote and I'll give it to an NDC candidate. Impossible. So what will be the basis? Deduce it.
So you're still live on City 97.3 FM and Channel 1 TV. We are bringing you on election. In some hours, we expect the Electoral Commission to declare the winner. Already, some of the results are being mounted on the screen of the Electoral Commission at the Coalition Center. We have our men on the ground who will ensure that our eyes and ears are on the grounds on the this particular election. So with that in mind, let me quickly take you to the Coalition Center where my colleague Samiri Afi is based to bring us the latest. Earlier, we're waiting for the commission to start, projecting the results. Let's see whether that has changed, and that is being done now. Samiri, if you can hear me, what's the latest?
Well, Vivian, I can hear you loud and clear. The latest is that the data entry process has come to a halt. It's been put on hold because the officials here are done with what is here. They are waiting for the others to come in and then they can continue with the process. The information we have gathered is that they are stuck in traffic, and these are polling stations within the hinterlands. And so about 60 or roughly, they tell me about 65 of these polling stations are on their way from the hinterlands to the Coalition Center here, and then the data entry process will continue. But because of the delay, the information we have is that they are stuck in traffic along the Boudoir Road there. That is causing the delay. And so immediately they arrive here, the data entry process will continue. And so for now, officials of the Electoral Commission are seen seated, waiting for this data, waiting for these polling stations from the hinterlands to come in before they can do the data entry. And so you can see the officials here seated, waiting for them. They are done with about 70% or 70 of the polling stations which were present here last time we spoke. And so for now, they are waiting for the remaining ones to be added. And when those ones come in, they will continue with the data entry process. And so for now, everything here is on hold, awaiting the arrival of the remaining polling station. Let me engage an official of the on the way forward, and let's see how it's going. Chief, I've come again to bother you. Forgive me. Let me find out from you. I've seen that you are sitting relaxed.
Yeah.
What is the situation?
Like I said earlier, we are still waiting for the statement of poll to come so that we can continue the process.
But you are done with what came earlier. You are done with those?
Yeah, we are done with that one.
How many police stations?
I can't give you the exact number, but I think we are around 70 plus.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are still waiting for just a few to complete the process.
Any reason why the delay?
Or the reason is that those who went to work at that place, they are in the car, in the traffic. So they will get here very soon. Yeah. Yes, yes. As you can see, those as and when they come, then we continue with the collation. I have 3 here. We are waiting for those in the traffic. When they get here, we just take them. Then we continue the process. Yeah.
So, around what time are we looking at?
I can't give you the exact time, but approximately we may not even get to around 11. Yeah.
Thank you very much. An Electoral Commission official explaining to us the delay in the entry of data for some other polling stations which are yet to arrive at the collation center here. As you heard him mention, they've done about 70 polling stations. They're left with I think 60 something or so, because the total number of polling stations or polling centers is about 100, is about 119, and so they are waiting for figures from this 119. They will add it to the tally they have here, and then they may be able to be in a position to declare the winner of the polls. But as I speak to you now again, Vivian, no official of the political parties are here. Because of the break in data entry, majority of them have, excused themselves to take a break or snack or eat something or take some water or something. And so for years, only the Electoral Commission officials who are still MPP officials are not here. We've not still seen any of the MPP officials here, apart from Tanko from the NDC. We haven't seen anybody yet to be present in this whole exercise. So that is the latest here, Vivian, and that is the information we can relate to you. But then earlier on, I spoke to you about security and how security arrangement is like within the center here. Vivian, I'm giving you a sneak peek of how the security arrangement is within the the collation center. Now, if you can see, Vivian, the policemen have been arranged in more or less like a defensive mode, for want of a better word. So they are wearing their helmet, holding their shield and wearing their protective gears, and they have more or less cordoned off the entire building. And so if you do not have access to be here, you can't be here. If you do not have access to be here, you can't be here. They are one-arm cordoning off the entire place, mounted checkpoints to ensure that those who are not accredited to be here, they can't find their way here. So that is how intense the security is at the collation center here. They say they are not allowing party supporters or party foot soldiers to come here and cause any upheaval or any unfortunate incident. So they've raised security to a very high notch, and so if you can see, they've really mounted it. As we speak, some of the vehicles carrying the electoral materials have also just drove in, and so you could see that pickup with electoral commission officials and electoral materials. And I'm sure this was one of the reasons why the delay was recorded. And so now that they are here, they may be transported in there, and then the data entry process will begin again after a temporary hold up because of the delay in their arriving. They've been able to beat the traffic. They've arrived here at the collation center. The officials are going to discharge electoral materials, take it inside there, and then the data entry process will begin. As to the number that is expected to be here, or the number of vehicles supposed to be here with these materials, we do not know, but I'm sure more and more vehicles will come in with electoral materials, and then the data entry system or data entry process will begin again. So that is the latest with that. And then the security, as I mentioned earlier, very beefed up, very, very beefed up. From the main entrance to the collation center, armed police personnel wearing their protective attire, helmets, protective attire, and their other, security equipment they will need to ward off any unauthorized individuals or unauthorized incidents that may come in here. So that is the situation in and out of the collation center here in the Akwatia constituency, Vivian.
Thank you very much, Sami Yafi. We'll come back to you when that exercise takes up again, but stay safe out there. So that's my colleague Sami Yafi at the Collation Center at the Akwatia constituency for the by-elections. Here we have Francesca as well as Richard. So still, there's no sign of the NPP. I think now it's a problem.
Well, I think we heard from the interview that they said they're caught up in traffic and all of that.
That's the EC official.
That's not it.
No, that's not the NPP.
Then there's a problem there. Because,
Yeah.
Look, I think the NPP cannot treat the Ghanaian people like that. As we speak, we don't have the official results.
Yeah.
But what we have would seem to suggest that the NDC, per the provisional results we've seen, has won the election. And I'm saying this with all the caution that I can command. But that should not push the NPP into silence. In any event, this is not, strictly speaking, an NPP stronghold. It's a swing constituency.
Yeah.
The NDC currently is in power with access to resources and, can move the machinery of state, as we've seen, into the constituency, and start building roads, doing things which would give some people some reason to want to say, look, let me vote NDC because, something will come to me. Of course, you saw Alhaji Collins Dauda there, made profoundly irresponsible comments to the effect that if you vote NDC, then you get development. If you don't, then you don't get development. An utterly irresponsible commentary from a man I respect so much. We saw the same sort of talk from the president previously, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, when he went to the Volta region and the people there were suffering from the effects of the spillage. He said, but you people, you don't vote for me, but I'm here because I'm president. An utterly irresponsible thing to say. The fact that people don't vote for you in one election or they have not been voting for you is no basis to say that they be denied access to a fair share of the national cake. This is the Republic of Ghana. Whether people vote for you or not, they are tax-paying citizens of the Republic. Whether they are represented by an NDC member of parliament or an NPP member of parliament, they must be given equal and fair access to the resources available. It cannot be that the basis for determining who gets development and who doesn't is whether you put your votes in my pot or not. That is utterly irresponsible and it should not be encouraged. And even if that is what you do, at least spare us the insult of confessing that publicly, that this is what determines development, because we don't want to encourage that. I don't want a situation where the people of Seva in my mother's hometown, or Adafianu, my father's hometown, will be denied development because consistently they have been voting NDC and it is an NPP member of it is an NPP government that is in power. Or that, if you go to Bantama constituency, the people of that constituency will be denied, development under the NDC administration because they don't vote NPP. That is not how we should run this country. And I find those comments objectionable. And again, those of us in the media too must bear a piece of the responsibility, because I've listened to the framing of some of our questions, and it's that, if you have an NDC, the media is supposed to be taking on people who talk like that. And your framing of the conversation should also reflect the position of the Constitution, that we all have equal and fair access to the resources of the state. And when people are making capricious decisions like that, we should call them out.
Professor.
Yeah, I think I'll start off with the obvious absence of MPP officials at the Coalition Center. I think when you raised it earlier, perhaps we thought it was too soon. But, you know, as we are getting to the closing hours, it's significant for them to show face, especially because there's a number of people, supporters, who would have put their trust and faith in them. And even if, without me making the claim, even if things are not turning out the way as expected, you still have to show face. It's not necessarily good for the optics. All kinds of meanings can be read into that. But that's interesting, and we'll see if eventually they do show up. But to narrow on the comments made by Mr. Collins Dowda, I will also lend my voice to say that is unfortunate. The comments that the government should withdraw, develop, what if the people in Akwatia do not vote for the NDC. I think it's unfortunate, and I think it's reckless, especially coming from an experienced member of parliament, somebody who's spent significant years in parliament. His job means that he represents people irrespective of where they cast their votes. And it's first, for me, it just creates the very problem that we've been talking about this evening. We've been talking about, and Richard Sky eloquently read, Section 34 of the Representation of the People's Law. In my opinion, that could amount to vote buying. You know, that could amount to vote buying, telling the people that if you do not vote for us, then we are going to inequitably distribute development. That's so unfortunate. And it also frames, you know, a kind of reward system. How should we then be educating voters when we have political actors making these comments?
And you have the number one gentleman also making that comment.
Exactly, and it's unfortunate, because then it becomes, you know, counterproductive. Because we are talking about some of the violations that have gone on, especially on the part of citizens who openly said that monies were offered them or they were awaiting monies. And so framing development as a reward system, if you vote for our political party, is reckless, it's unfortunate. And a man of his standing should not be making such utterances. It's terrible for our democracy.
Right. Let's look at the Akwatia constituency proper, because of either party saying it's, especially MPP saying it's their stronghold. I want us to look at the history of the constituency in terms of electoral, you know, outcomes that we've seen over the years, and who has won when, what, and, you know, all that, some of the candidates. I'll start with you, Sky. We'll bring in Fred Jabano at a point, who will take us through the charts and then give us some of the historical whatever. Sky, from what you've gleaned on this constituency, what kind of constituency has it been over the years in terms of the politics?
Well, this is within the Achim enclave of the Eastern region, and it commands a lot of Akan-leaning presence by reason of where it's located, and also the fact that the Eastern region has a huge presence. This is, to a large extent, the home of you know, the Akans, and there's normally the default position that Akan-leaning populations will vote in support of what do you call it, the NPP or the Dankwa Buzia tradition. It's not far away from you know, Fuasia Yorubi, which is next door upon Kuma's constituency. Again, like I said, is within the Achim area, so you have Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's former constituency, Yachimi, Boakwa, and related constituencies, all within that particular space. So the people predominantly are into farming or mining because of the history of the constituency itself. It hitherto was a diamond mining giant in its own right within the Ghanaian space.
Okay.
But all kinds of things have led to a situation where we are not seeing the kinds of output that would actually encourage us to continue to say that Akwatia is still the diamond heartbeat of the Republic of Ghana. There have been attempts by successive governments to resuscitate the diamond industry in that constituency, but these have largely failed. At a certain point, we had heard that Zoom Lion or so was, taking over the mines and was doing some big work there to revive the mines. But to a large extent, the diamond mine or illegal mining of the same provides a lot of, or used to provide a lot of work for the people of the constituency. We also told about the gold output through largely illegal mining. In the history, in those days I was going to the constituency, people have mined and even mined under their own houses in order to get diamond or to get gold. So largely the people did that. But if you go to the Wenchi areas, for instance, these areas have huge forest cover. And the people do a lot of cocoa production in these spaces. And then you also find that a lot of plantain and other such, crops are produced there. So farming is an activity that goes on a lot in that part of the country, which also means that although you have the Akans dominating in the constituency, you have a lot of migrants attracted to either the mining activities there or the farming, in the community. Because what you find on many of these farms, you have the Evers there who are either working as farm hands or actually own, in some cases, huge concessions that they are farming. Again, you find that a lot of external people come in to do a lot of the gold mining and the diamond mining, albeit illegally. So you have a fine mix of people, although the heaviest concentration is the Akan population. But you also have an interesting mix.
Sky, please hold with that. I'll come back to you on that. Let's go to our colleague Fauzu Masawudu. He's at Akwatia. We'll find out where he's currently and what is happening there. Fauzu, welcome, if you can hear me. Hello, Fauzu, can you hear me?
Yeah, Vivian.
Yes. So where are you currently and what's happening?
Hello?
Yes, Fauzu, where are you? Are you at the party office and what is happening there?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Vivian.
Yes.
Hello, Vivian, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, Vivian. Vivian, if you can hear me, I'm so currently there's a police protection by candidates in the Akwatia by election.
Yeah, Vivian, we are having hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, Vivian, so it's a street procession by the NDC's candidate in the Akwatia by-election. That's Bernard Bediako, a legal practitioner, amid his projected victory in this by-election. A number of NDC supporters have, thronged the streets of the Akwatia township in support and in solidarity with that, anticipated victory. Just in a tad, the Electoral Commission is expected to make an official declaration after collation, and for the National Democratic Congress, figures that have come in, and from all intents and purpose, they are definitely going to emerge victorious, in this by-election. So the streets of Akwatia is filled with ecstasy, it's filled with verve, it's an enthralling atmosphere, and for supporters of the National Democratic Congress, they couldn't help but come out in their numbers to express, satisfaction about the outcome of this by-election so far. It's been weeks, it's been months of campaign by the National Democratic Congress's Bernard Bediako, and for him and the executives within the NDC that we have spoken to, this day and this particular moment crowns it all. You can see there is money in the air, throwing 1 cedi notes. If my sight serves me right, the money in the air, the member of parliament, the candidate for the National Democratic Congress, who is expected to, have a change in status very soon as an MP. That's Bernard Bediako, has hit the streets of Akwatia to jubilate, exchanging pleasantries with party supporters and what have you. To possibly see a number of the supporters who have come out in their numbers to be part of this street procession.
I'm happy for NDC. I am happy because Chairman Bibi Moro for NDC, you know information very well.
Okay. All right. So that's in your shots, the NDC's candidates in this by-election in Akwatia, Bernard Bediako, waving with the NDC flags flying up in the air, vuvuzela, party paraphernalia, and merchandise has become a common scene right now in the Akwatia township as the parties, the NDC candidates in this by-election amid pomp and pageantry. Still coming to you live from the Akwatia township, and right now we've gotten to the Akwatia, the hearts of the Akwatia Zango. This setting is predominantly a Zango community, and it is one of the constituencies that the NDC's Bernard Bediako recorded high figures, and so it is only right for him to make a stop here and show appreciation and gratitude, for their contribution in his victory, in anticipated victory. Well, we are still waiting for the Electoral Commission to make that official declaration, and that will be subsequent to the completion of final collation. But it's been projected that the NDC's Bernard Bediako will win the Akwatia by-election. Like I stated earlier, it's been months and weeks of campaign, and the legal practitioner, among other things, leveraged on incumbency. He believes that once the NDC, that's John Dramani Mahama, or the NDC, is occupying the highest seats of the land, that's the presidency, it is only right to have a member of parliament who serve as a development agent. And so, for him and the NDC in the constituency, voting the other way was a non-starter. But we cannot dispute the fact that this has been a keen contest. I mean, it was very, very unclear. All the polls that came had some volatility here and there. For instance, the Global Info Analytics predicted earlier that the NPP was going to win, but just a few days into the election, they brought a final poll out, and it indicated that the NDC's Bernard Bediako will win the election, and it looks like it. Vivian, it looks like it. While we wait for that official, declaration by the Electoral Commission, the NDC's Bernard Bediako has been projected as the winner for this by-election from the figures that have trickled in. And for supporters and sympathizers of the National Democratic Congress, they cannot help but share in this joy and ecstasies. The sound of vuvuzela, loud applause, vehicles honking, flags waving high in the sky. It's a common scene this evening on the country. Bernard Bediako has hit the streets to express gratitude and appreciation for the contribution of voters in the constituency. But it really doesn't end here. It really doesn't end here. The campaign by both political parties, particularly the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, was hinged on strategic messages. And for anyone who emerges victorious, definitely expectations will be high. Well, this by-election, although many have said would have very little bearing on the current state or the current composition of Parliament, the National Democratic Congress said they couldn't have left it to chance. They said they were leaving no stone unturned. In fact, a while ago, earlier in the day, I spoke to the second deputy, Speaker of Parliament and a member of Parliament for Amenadas, Andrew Esiama, and he alluded to the fact that indeed this by-election is not as crucial as many have described it, but it is a constitutional requirement, a democratic process, and so definitely both are. We've been walking from the main Akwatia township through to the Kotokoli Zango here in Akwatia. Now we've gotten to, and so yeah, you can see they are rushing to make a catch of the money, the notes that have been flying in the air, and they are one city notes actually. How much did you get? Did you get?
No, I did not get some. I did not get some.
You didn't get some.
No,
you made an attempt, but
yeah, I made an attempt.
I was unsuccessful.
Yes.
You were not strong enough, huh?
No, I'm not strong enough.
You are clearly ecstatic about, Bernard Bediako's projected victory.
No, yes, we are
happy. Why?
Because it was for MPP. It was for MPP. So Royal winning the seat again. We are very happy for him. We are.
What do you expect of him, the next member of Parliament for Akwatia?
Again.
What do you expect of him? The next member of Parliament for Akwatia, even though he's yet to be declared officially.
We are lacking infrastructure and improvement here, so we want him to give us more of something like improvement. Yes. Yes.
So expectations are definitely high.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm Awolu.
Awolu. Why did you come out to support Bernard Bediako?
Because we need development. We've been in this area for a long time. Now we want to change everything. We want new leader and see how it will go for us.
Okay, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Dixon Amponsa.
Say again.
Dixon Amponsa.
Okay, Dixon Amponsa. Why did you support Lawyer in this by-election?
Yeah, I am very, very happy because the Akwatia seat, it wants to be for NDC people because we need changes for Akwatia. And I am very happy for my chairman Bibi Moro.
Okay. What makes you so confident that Bernard Bediako is the right candidate to cause that change you need in this constituency?
Yeah, I hope that Bernard Bediako, I am very, very happy for him. So I want you to. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I said I am very, very happy. I know that Lawyer Bediako will change Akwatia.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Environment.
Okay. Thank you so much. And it's the same chorus that they've all been singing. They are very optimistic that Bernard Bediako, a legal practitioner that represented the Governing National Democratic Congress in this by-election, is that right candidate to cause the change that residents or like constituents of Akwatia have long been praying for. I would attempt to engage some more people. Please, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Sharif.
Say again.
Sharif.
Yeah. Sharif, why did you support Bernard Bediako and the NDC in this by-election?
We want development. We lack many things in this constituency. And there is no other person who can give us development than John Mahama. So we need to bring lawyer so that he can help us develop the constituency. You just look at where we are. Look at the road yourself. Just look at the road yourself.
So you voted for Bernard Bediako because of incumbency? You voted for Bernard Bediako because of incumbency, because his party is in power?
Yeah. Because I voted for him because he can bring us development. Well, there is a saying in Chi that he can bring us development. If not him, who else?
Thank you so much.
The MPP candidate cannot bring us development.
All right. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
Good. I'm fine.
I you the last time I visited in the constituency.
Prior to the election, you granted me interview prior to the election, and today I'm standing here as a winner. Also to be granted interview by you and the same TV station. Thank you very much. Yes, we are here.
Okay.
You know,
well, the last time you said that you expect so much confidence in Bernard Bediako's qualities and what he brings to the table. Should he, win this election? And today it looks very positive for you and the NDC in the constituency. What do you expect of him?
of course, as the message went, the message was all about development. It's all about progress. And today, as we go on, and I know for sure Bernard Bediako and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going to, in no more time, bring development in Akwatia constituency. Akwatia, our roads network are very poor all across this country, all across this constituency. And I know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama listening to us and listening to the good people of Akwatia, and Lawyer Bediako, they will bring development to Akwatia constituency. Yes.
Well, we are waiting for the Electoral Commission to make an official declaration, but with the result that have trickled in so far, are you impressed? Even though they point to a victory for Bernard Bediako, but are you impressed with the figures?
Oh, of course, it's obvious. It's obvious. Even prior to declaration, we get the information prior to declaration. So just to wait for the official declaration is also good. But for now, we are jubilating whilst waiting for the official declaration from the EC. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's just the atmosphere here. It's nothing short of euphoria. An enthralling atmosphere for the National Democratic Congress. This is definitely a big day, and the night for them is still young because they say they are going to be cheerful, they are going to jubilate until they can't have it anymore. So, Vivian, if you can hear me in the studio, we are still coming to you live from the Akwatia constituency, precisely the Akwatia township, where the NDC's candidate candidate, that's Bernard Bediako, a legal practitioner that represented the governing National Democratic Congress in this by-election, has been projected winner. And while we await official declaration by the Electoral Commission, individuals, party supporters, sympathizers have hit the street to jubilate. So that's in your shot, the Bernard Bediako of the National Democratic Congress. He's waving, and the constituents, the supporters of the NDC are also waving in return with big smiles written all over their faces. It's yes. You're from me, Kende. Yes. About on a saying. Akwatia for a few way. Yaniada, Yapaputu, Iti, Yapaputu, Jumanti, and Tutu, Yasisem, happy before your mother join in, and they are jubilancy. See, I too now. Lawyer, no, as a member of parliament, as soon, no, Musha and him say, easy bed declare, no. So, co-parliament, at the end of your expectations, the end of Musha and him say, obey your mark with Yaquino. Yaquia, Tomano, Aquana number one. I can't tell you put to him. It's the plan on my man. Mammy Bacha Miss Minu in Bacha. So when you're Japan, Mina Mediana supported Bernard Bediako. Siamenu, a support to Bediako. As I say, you can put to Akwatia. Yakachi. It's a say, you're true about a money. Only Nidia one of them. Our body as
before election, almost a lawyer,
no, only good human relation, only more and serene Yoma. Sanity.
Nipacho Antissa, as I said, you don't once a year party NDC, as a young Kabum, we are the support to send your them, Obeya, or didn't put to Ebema Akwatia mine. It's in a Yakaya who go, and you're two of Anama.
It's a vibrant night here, and it looks like a day, if you ask me. This evening, the Akwatia constituency has become the meet me there. Individuals and supporters of the National Democratic Congress have hit the street to jubilate, to express excitement, and the atmosphere is nothing short of euphoria. The National Democratic Congress's Bernard Bediako has so far been projected winner for the Akwatia by-election, and even as we await official declaration by the Electoral Commission, they say they cannot, help but come out in their numbers to jubilate. So you can see a number of vehicles with sirens. Nah. You can see a number of vehicles. The street is filled here in Akwatia by
Golden Heart Electric Vehicles Campaign has given you a flexible chance to establish your own electric vehicle shop. Yes, at Golden Heart, we are giving the opportunity to just purchase 3 of our electric bikes at a lower price to start. Do you wish to start with ferry, delicacy, passenger king, load king, or in combination? Our doors are always open and we welcome you all. We are located at Suhum, in Sawom, or Temale. Don't keep waiting. Start now. Decide today and enjoy a better future tomorrow. Just click on our bio, share, comment.
The fact that Parliament is a house of lawmaking and a house of making your case, it is only right for them to elect someone who can indeed articulate their concerns on the floor of Parliament. Yes, It's absolutely ecstatic here on the streets of Akwatia, where we are coming to you live on Channel 1 Television and City 97.3 FM, your election bureau, your most trusted, source of news. We've been bringing you an unparalleled coverage, a groundbreaking coverage so far of the Akwatia by-election. So that's the chairman for the party in the constituency, sharing party-branded outfits. And yes, at this moment, it's become a gold mine. Everyone is trying as much as possible to make a catch of it. We are still coming to you live from the Akwatia constituency. The big
polling stations in the constituency. The entire nation is waiting for the moment of truth where an official declaration will be made by the Electoral Commission. The entire nation is waiting for the moment of truth.
Where the Electoral Commission will be making an official declaration of indeed who the winner for this by-election is. But so far, the National Democratic Congress's Bernard Bediakom, with the results that have trickled in, the provisional results that have trickled in, has been projected to win this election. And that is telling on the atmosphere this evening on the streets of Akwatia.
Hello, Golden Horse Electric Vehicles Company has given you a flexible chance to establish your own electric vehicle shop. Yes, at Golden Horse, we are giving the opportunity to just purchase 3 of our electric bikes at a lower price to start. Do you wish to start with ferry, delicacy, passenger king, load king, or in combination? Our doors are always open and we welcome you all. We are located at Suhum, in Sawom, or Semale. Don't keep waiting. Start now. Decide today and enjoy a better future tomorrow. Just click on our bio, share, comment, like, and also call us for more details. Say Golden Horse, go.
We have 2 cars, so one. So those are some sights and sounds from the Akwatia constituency, specifically in the town proper, where we see a procession of the NDC's candidate and loads of supporters who feel that he is now the incoming member of parliament. We're still waiting for the Electoral Commission to officially declare the winner. But let's still stay in the town proper. We'll go to my colleague Charles,
has given you a
he's also stationed in the town proper, to tell us what is happening at the other side. Charles, can you hear me, and what can you report?
You all. We are located at Suhum, in Sawom, or Semale. Don't keep waiting. Start now. Decide today and enjoy a better future tomorrow. Just click on our bio, share, comment, like, and also call us for more details. Say Golden Horse, go green, go more, pay less. Golden Horse, quality is life.